Did you ever see the blog post I did about Cluedo? Did you ever read it?
Rings a bell, but I couldn't tell you anything about it now.
Well, that's good, because it'll all be new to you. I think Cluedo might be the weirdest board game of all time.
Weirder than chess?
So your basic plot of Cluedo is as follows. There's been a murder in a manor or whatever. The victim's name is Dr. Black. And there are 6 people in this manor, and they decide, instead of calling the police, they say, well, this is clearly a mystery only we can solve. So they lock all the doors, right, nobody's getting out until we figure out which one of us killed him. Fan out, everybody! So they all disappear, they all run off into various parts of the house to figure out who killed Dr. Black, how, and where. So, okay, first question. Why would you need to find out how he was killed? And also, if you wanted to do that, you just look at his body, surely. If he's got a dagger sticking out of his back, he wasn't shot.
Yeah.
And the way they do it, the way they figure out all these things, is they sort of rule out everything else.
Yeah.
If you wanted to figure out where he was killed, that'd just be where the body is, surely.
Yeah.
And also, and why would you...
That's so weird, because they never say where the body is.
And why would it be important to the police to know where he was killed? Because you should just need to find out who killed him. Unless you're planning on arresting the room as well, you know. Or arresting the dagger. You can find out who the murderer is. You can find out definitely who the killer is. But you've still got 2/3 of the game left to go. It's like, no. Once I know who the killer is...
I'm going straight to the phone.
I should go straight to the phone. I'm going to be like, there's a killer in my house! I know who it is, I can prove it! He's already killed once! He might kill again now that I know! You can find out that you're the killer.
Yeah.
Call the police. Apparently I killed Dr. Black. Apparently I killed him in the lounge. And apparently I used a piece of lead piping. The weapons themselves are kind of weird, I think. Like, I get how you can kill someone with a revolver. I get how you can kill someone with a dagger. And you can whack people over the back of the head with like a lead piping or a candlestick or a spanner. How do you kill someone with a rope?
Like strangle them?
But why would you do that when you've got a dagger and a revolver lying around? I was going to go, right, that's it, Dr. Black, he's ticked me off one too many times, where's that rope? You know? And like I say, you know, if you wanted to find out what the murder weapon was, just look at the body.
Yeah.
If he's got 3 bullet wounds in his chest...
Bumps to the head, though, that could be a lot of things.
Yeah, but you know it probably wasn't the dagger or the revolver then, unless Cluedo was suggesting that all 5 or 6 of those weapons were used for blunt force trauma to the back of the head.
With a rope. Why would you die?
Well, in the version of Cluedo that we have, we also have this gentleman.
I was gonna bring them up!
Inspector Gray, who is probably the most ineffective detective in the history of board games.
You still end up doing all the work!
Exactly, you end up finding out...
I'll give you a clue. Here's some more clues. You're here to solve it!
His main purpose in the game is to get in your way.
Yeah.
You can't walk past him or anything.
Whoa.
He's basically the equivalent of like a badly positioned bookcase. But he's probably less helpful because, you know, a bookcase could contain within it like a book, How to Catch a Murderer or something, by Hugh Dunnett.
There was another character in our board game, and he was the butler, and he would just get in. He'd just stand in doorways and block your way as well. But he was never a suspect. He was there as well, and he was the employee of Mr. Black, who probably had the most reason to want to, you know, off him. Well, and he just walks around, yeah, a tray, and he was always like, he's still serving drinks. Clearly, party's over. Party's over.
I would need a drink to calm my nerves, I think.
If Mrs. White, the cook, is a suspect, then so should the butler.
Hogarth the butler.
Hogarth the butler. What a name, though.
In some versions of Cluedo, if you want to make a suggestion about who you think the killer is, what you do is you go to the room where you think the murder happened.
Yeah, and then you say...
No, you don't just do that. Then you move the character that you think is the killer into that room. I think in real life, that'd be the worst thing you could do.
I know you've killed someone.
If you suspect that someone killed someone, don't take them to where you think the murder happened.
And then accuse them.
They've killed once. They might kill again. It's interesting, sort of the professions that these people have. You've got a member of the military, a man of science, a man of the cloth, a lady of aristocracy, a
How do you know that? Which one's that?
Mrs. Peacock. She must be.
Miss Scarlet's a high-class prostitute, in my opinion.
That's true. I've always thought that. Why don't the other five just accuse her?
Yeah, all the time.
She won't be able to afford the lawyer.
What was she even doing at that party?
So many holes in Cluedo. It should be called Clue Don't.
You've been working on that.
Working on that for months. I think a better version of Cluedo would be if you could find out beforehand if you were the killer.
Yeah, and then you have to try and keep it a secret.
Exactly.
Like oh god.
It's by, I don't know, sabotaging everyone else's, like, I don't know, swapping clues around.
Oh my gosh, like a cross between Cluedo and Mafia. Oh my god, if we had the time, if we weren't lazy people, we could do that and that'd be wicked. Cluedo. Should
I be insulted that you don't read my blog posts?
When did you post it?
A year ago.
I didn't.
Well, clearly you didn't. We used all the same gags.